Hey, what's up, everybody? Today we're gonna talk about Cardi B. Definitely, you got any questions, anything to ask, comment below. Appreciate everyone listening. We're gonna get right into this. I'm very surprised at times that things like this happen. Glory to God is what I'm gonna say about that. When I go and see that, she is saying that she prays and basically is making steps forward to try to get close to God, even if he's in a situation where he is not the most, the closest. And I think that's a good leap forward, at least a good example in that sense. We're going to get into this right here. So at our step in the journey, there can be things that come in the way. Sometimes uh, that can be others' perceptions. That can be others. Um, what's the word I'm looking for? Is basically an expectation from another and failing. The fear of that, and also just the walk itself is not the easiest to do. Something different, and for her to be willing to do something different, I think I salute her for that. It's not easy. It's not, even biblically, like we're hold to a higher standard. So because of that, we are required of more than somebody who doesn't know or doesn't, is not able, you can sort of say. So we get into this right here. I see that to be able to do this publicly is great. Some people can be when it comes to the public eye. I say there can be many hurdles, obstacles, and perceptions that somebody might feel the need to go above or overreach, you can say, or be, try to seem or do too much. So, her to come out plainly, not perfect, and she's doing that. I think that's perfect. That is like perfect. Is amazing. These things are not the easiest thing to find. It would be great to find a lot of people that are willing to say those things and do those things in whatever field, whether it's acting or I don't know, journalism, even. Like if you like politics, it's not the most common thing. I'm not into that too much. Artists, whatever field, even management. Like if you're talking about like regular stuff, you got some type of manager, somebody that been in your job for a long time, saying like something like that is hard to find. The crossing guard, like now the kids cross the street at school, hard to find. I'm not gonna say that she's been living the most saint-like life, or the most. I don't even like to say that. It sounds like Catholicism. I'm not into that. I'm not into. I'm not in that religion. Is what I'm saying. I don't know everything about it like that. I'm not talking about popes and all that. That sounds really complicated. So trying to be precise here. So what I'm saying is anywhere, like anywhere that can be known. It can be a simple, I don't know, corner store. Person who worked there for years and people are happy to see him or something. That is even hard to see there. Like in any aspect of life, So even if she isn't like the best example, at least somewhere she can help somebody, rethink and, just get closer to God, see that it can be more worth it. There is hope. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. It might seem dark everywhere. The tunnel has an ending. It's light. You keep on going. You don't have to stay. Whatever darkness can be in a situation, it can be depression, sad, anger, whatever it is. And this life is hard. I'm not sure, so I understand might be some people might feel a certain way, but I'm not defending every action, every thing she might have spoken of or not spoken of, saying that she should be, I don't know. I don't know exactly what people expect. A lot of people have either the highest expectations or lowest. There's a lot of, pinnacle, you can kind of say valuations. Maybe that's the right word. Where people, it's just, you're either like high on a mountain here, over here on this side and that side. I think life is not that easy, not that simple in many things. Like I said, even in, it was like, yeah, of course, people in this position, it's not even like that. In any position, they're not saying anything close to that. The Bible that promotes peace, that promotes do unto others as you want to be done to you. This is not the most common things in religions, whether people say that religions teach good things. They might teach neutral, basic things, but to go as far as the Bible goes and forgiving as well, and in other aspects, not to be an eye for an eye. So, and then examples too. So it's not just a rule book and that's it. So you got to see like the hard situations people's been in, and people making it through at the end of the day. Those sad things, or people lost their whole family, their life. Jonah or Abraham with Lot. I'm gonna put it like that. They kidnapped Lot, and he had to go to war. They go and get him back, and it was like it's hard. Moses killed somebody before, a slave master. So there's things that I'm gonna even mention this. Mention a bit. Noah was he drunk so much he became naked. So it's somebody who, I'm not gonna say the whole time, but maybe sad moments or whatever, and leave it at that. Had a drinking problem when he was going through hard times as well. Peter went back to fishing instead of just preaching the gospel at one time for money, because I don't know what was going on. Maybe he made a mistake. He was ashamed based on what happened with he cut a man's ear and they chased him out. And he asked him about Jesus. He denied, and Jesus still was telling him to come back and go preach to the sheep. So it's things that's really above the average knowledge that is commonly seen and known and done. There's things I'm pretty sure you heard stories like that, but you don't hear about this type of stuff often. And so at the end of the day, nobody's perfect. The Bible is not made of perfect men and women. I'm not condoning what Cardi B has done or not, or saying that she's perfect. As you've seen on the shorts video that I made, that
it's certain questionable things that Cardi, you could say, uh, in certain moments, I'm not gonna say how she was feeling. Maybe, just not knowing what is going on in life and frustrations that it's hard to deal with. May have taken things a certain way or not, but it's still. I feel like somebody, Jesus died for us, so it's like a different level of consideration towards how to deal with that and many other things as well. So besides that factor, I'm not saying she's perfect, not saying she's like doing the best things. She's doing a lot, this and that. I'm just going by, there's certain things that can be detrimental, or you can be distractions, can be things going on. I pray for her to help her out in her journey. I'm trying to pull her down. We already seen in the video. Might go into more about different religions. There's so many different religions that have totally different histories and different perspectives of different topics, whether it's love, whether it's care, sacrifice. Even in that, like Jesus did the ultimate sacrifice, and God giving His only Son. Like that, if there's sacrifice of effort for to gain something, that is like that right there. There's another one, a Bible verse. For what does it mean to gain the whole world and lose your soul? Jesus did the opposite of that to help gain. I like that. It's like a bar right there. To help gain others to heaven. A blameless, oh my God, blameless being, never sinned, innocent as a lamb. Like you, almost every religion did blood sacrifices till this point. Whether you want to talk about, some people like to talk about the Muslim religion. There was no Muslim religion at all. That's 600 years later. I think Buddhism came 800 years later. A lot of these major religions in these other places, they either don't exist no more, or they became something like totally different. So it's like, and then the Muslim even they mention Abraham and Moses and things of that nature, but the endings and the results and levels of where things need to be taken of and not, and many other factors is totally, it can be totally different. You look into that. I'm not gonna discuss everything over here right now, but what we're gonna say is, in many like God coming Himself to be with His creation. That's something that's not the most common thing. For her, Cardi B, to mention God, I think is an amazing thing. It definitely takes courage. It takes time, effort to be able to uh, not only say these things but walk through. So I'm supporting. Besides that, it is a journey. It's not an easy journey. So yeah, I salute her on that. When you're looking for things that's going on in life, things that's not, trying to figure the best way out, it is not going to be a walk in the park. Is hell. We live in a tough world as well, though. And in a tough world, we can get our results not in the best of ways. You can walk down the street and get these answers. So definitely praying for her, and we and for everybody listening over here. This is a step forward, even though it's not the best steps. You watch the short video in the description. You'll see what I'm talking about more. But I'm gonna leave it at that. God bless. Have a good one, and stay tuned for more.